One. Hello, my lovelies.
Can you tell we planned for this?
That was a weird segue. Yeah, we're making changes on the channel. What's up, Ash? We are what's up, Saran? I saw you. You were first. Yeah, we're making changes to the Saturday show, and like we want to plan for it. We want to rap back and forth, and I thought this would be a fun opportunity to like let y'all give your little 2 cents, little sprinkle of 2 cents in there.
Peek behind the curtain of the minds of Seth and Drew.
I'm going to continue to stream solo on Mondays and Thursdays, and that's going to become more of like my little thing that I just do because I like it, and you guys can give feedback on the Saturday show. But the Saturday show is the big shebang. It's a
show. We want it to be a show.
Yes. This is going to be
a show of shows.
And we started to do that. If you've been around long enough, you'll know that we used to have segments, and we used to have like, you know, maybe not rap planning sessions like this, but Drew and I would be talking on the phone all throughout the week about things we wanted to do on that Saturday show. And I think based on some feedback that we've received, like it was a better show. Like it was more unique. It was more of its own thing. And it's become, like, for better or worse, just more of like a quintessential live stream. And that's never what we set out to do. We never wanted to be the two guys just playing video games because A, we're not very good at video games. B, I'm not a big like, oh, I'm going to like do a Nuzlocke, or I'm going to like beat this entire game with like slappers only or whatever. You know, like
you're not a 100%er. You're not a challenger. You're not a speed runner. We tried speed running and we did all right.
I could speed run one game, kind of.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit.
I can't.
The only thing that I think that this stream today lacks is some sort of ambiance, but I didn't plan for it, and I don't think I'm going to add it. So you guys get to hear the warm sounds of us with no jazz. I was going to say smooth jazz.
Yeah. Smooth jazz, but it's in your head. So it's improvisational, and nobody knows exactly what it sounds like. Except for you.
And you know what I was going to do? I was going to take notes on a paper. Saran says, dudes. I was going to take notes on a paper, but that seems kind of stupid. A paper. Now I'm going to...
I mean, you could here's the thing. If we're trying to give like a landscape of sounds, paper... Oh, actually, I don't know. Is paper better or your key clickies?
Oh, I don't know. I was just going to say that you and I are going to be sharing this document. It's going to be in our Google Docs. I'm going to title it Show Planning 2.
Show me the planning.
28. Show me the planning.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Tell me that you love planning. I love planning. Botrix, welcome. You're in the chat. Botrix, welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Gang, Botrix, gang.
And by the way, if you're lurking in the shadows and you want a little avatar to run across, like our cute little Pikachu there and our little Master Yoda, all you got to do is comment anything, comment something, comment buttholes. Just don't comment anything hateful.
Right, because then you might get blocked, and then that defeats the purpose.
So first and foremost, one thing that kind of sucks about shows, in the traditional sense, is that, you know, I'm inclined to be like, we need like this cool intro and stuff, but everything that YouTube has ever taught me is that people hate intros and have no appetite for them. So I say we do sort of what we've been doing, which is like you have to have... I want to actually do a countdown. What do you think about that? Where it's like we started at 5 minutes till, and it's actually counting down from 5 minutes. That's just something I've never implemented. I've never done.
I mean, I don't mind a countdown, but I can't last 5 minutes, you know? So, I mean, if we're going to do that, it's going to have to be a little bit more eye contact and a little shorter.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, dude, 2-minute warning, I think would be fine.
Perfect.
If we're going to do a countdown for it. Because if people are getting that notification and then sitting there for 2 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, for 5, they're not sticking around, dude. They're gone.
That's fair. That's fair. SAB says Fortnite. SAB, we are going to get into what games we are going to play on the new show, and Fortnite will not be one of them.
I mean, it can, but it will be rage bait for me, which can be a segment, you know?
The thing about Fortnite, dude, if I was actually good at it, I would be into it, but I'm not good at it at all.
Well, you got good for a hot minute and then fell out of it. That's the thing, dude. You got to keep going with that shit.
But I could never beat the children, though. You know what I mean? Like they were way
Yeah,
better
dude, they're
than me.
good. They're good. They got all them firing
Intro,
synapses.
two
I'm sorry
minute
for
countdown. 2 minute countdown. Okay.
For those of you just joining us, this is essentially a planning session, hangout session. We are trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do with the Saturday show moving forward. Because unfortunately, thanks to the deliciousness that is ADHD and autism, the two of us can't really focus on any damn thing unless we're performing. So, yeah, this will help.
This will help big time. Also, Drew's house burnt down, or burnt down. Part of it burnt down. That's why the show got derailed in the first place.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help.
And update. So that happened October 18th, for those of you that are keeping track. It is almost March, and things are finally starting to happen. So the building permit has been approved, and they're going to continue some demolition of some things. Thankfully, because I live in Jack Frost's taint, thankfully the weather is warming up enough where they can do exterior stuff. So my fingers crossed, man, we'll be back hardcore, set up and ready to go April. That's my guess. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm still defeated.
Well,
and I'm still, yeah.
And that's something too that I think we've sort of talked about offline, but I think it was good feedback from some of our like longer time viewers. At least for now, hello Patty. At least for now, I think. Well, for now, I'm gonna play games because that's just the way. That's just
That's how it goes.
What's been dealt.
Yeah.
Then when you get back in and you're actually established, you have everything in. I think we switch back to you playing games. And for those of you who don't know, like sounds like you guys need a producer. Well, that's funny. That's perfect timing, Saran, because that's what I'm getting at is like, I'm already everything. The show runs from my computer. Everything runs from my computer. Everything that you guys see on at like the end result is from my computer. So like it makes sense that I would be like the guy controlling all the stuff. And that's kind of hard to do if you want to put a bunch of visuals and cool stuff. Like we can do really cool stuff. Like we can
Seth can do really cool stuff. I can't.
Well, like I can hyperfixate. Like as example, like there was this plugin that this one YouTuber, you have to like subscribe to his Patreon, and I'm all about it to get this because what it does is like I can link to channel points where like you guys can type a command if you have enough channel points, and it'll like take a picture of us and then like upload it immediately to Discord, and it looks like one of the old Game Boy camera like printouts.
Oh,
like
dude,
stuff like
sick.
that, dude. Like we could be doing, and we just can't because I'm so invested on the gaming side of things that like some of the technical side of things I could be doing more like with scene switches and like if Drew says something stupid. Or I say something stupid, like I could have like a button that like would zoom in on the opposite person's face to like try to like if I'm trying to bait Drew or something with something, I could like set a scene where it would zoom in on his face so we could catch his reaction like in real time. I could be doing stuff like that, but if I'm holding a controller and I'm playing, I can't do any of that. So, and I'm like Drew alluded to, like I'm way more likely to like my autism is that I like hyperfixate on stuff and like do a million hours of research on everything I get into. And so I will like go all in on that, but I can't do it while I'm gaming. So like we got some feedback. People were like, I thought the show was better when Drew was gaming. Well, it probably was, but that was before Drew's house fire. Also, Razu, Bangarang, good morning. So yeah, Drew's going to ultimately be in the hot seat.
And honestly, that's where I thrive anyway. I'm great under pressure, and that's kind of why I'm looking for a career change because I'm no longer challenged in what I do now. So, yeah,
and I think too, like one mistake that I've personally made in the past is like playing games that I don't know that well. And if we're going to do this show, in some sort, I keep attributing it to Saturday Night Live and, say what you want to say about the modern show, but we can all agree that at one time Saturday Night Live was a fantastic show. And what I always liked about the lore of the show is like the participants were always writing skits and like pitching to the producers and everything. And like, is like, and like, I also go back to South Park, like 6 days to air or whatever it is. Like, so like the whole point is like the whole week prior, we're prepping this show that we've like loosely established some sort of like boundaries or like guidelines for, but like sometimes we bring stuff to the table that the other doesn't know about. Other times like we fully plan it out, so it's sort of skit-ish-esque. Then like I want to like bring the like the audience in on it as well and like make them part of it in terms of like their chatting and inputs and things like that. But yeah, so like I say all that to say,
a lot of balls got to be in the air,
And if we're playing a game that's like super puzzly or we've never played before or like requires a bunch of looking up shit, it's not going to lend itself well. So like me playing Majora's Mask, having never beat that game, I've played it a bunch of times. I've started it a bunch of times, but like us having to look up everything it's not conducive to this format. End of story. So we got to play like really popular titles because nobody's going to show up to watch us play some stupid, obscure game that maybe we think is cool.
Yeah. I mean, maybe A Bug's Life for Nintendo 64. I don't know. But actually, it's really hard to control, but it is kind of fun.
I just, I would love to. I mean, listen, like at a certain point, I think you can play whatever you want. I think you can do whatever you want, and people are just going to come because they're just going to come. But I think for now, like we're gonna keep it to the old tried and trues, chat. We're gonna keep it to like Mario 64, Ocarina of Time. Jump in here at any time.
GoldenEye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, really, the thing is, and I actually had this revelation with someone just this morning when we were chatting. Nintendo 64 was like the first console that I really had like major connections to because it was my actual escape. And so that's why I gravitate to that console the most. So, I mean, for me, I'll play anything on N64 for sure. And then, we can always expand outward. Honestly, there's a few other games that I will probably just want to play as one-offs so that I can understand the trope or the genre a little bit more. I've also been getting back into Genshin Impact because I don't know, I just like it. It's Breath of the Wild with anime people, like awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think as time goes, and by the way, too, like let's go, like let's start like 10,000, 50,000 feet or something above, and then we'll like zoom in. Just so you guys know, Drew and I have talked about this at length, but like here's the idea. The Saturday show feeds the rest of the week in terms of like all the ancillary stuff that you get. So like if you miss the Saturday show, you can watch the VOD or video on demand. You can watch it after the fact. And I think the cool thing about it being sort of structured is like you're just like watching the TiVo or the rerun of the show that you missed. Ideally, you catch it live because there's going to be a live aspect to it, of course, with like the chat and everything. But you can catch it after the fact, so that's kind of cool. And then we'll also be clipping the whole time, all the best moments. And then the hope is that we hire some freaking brain rot kid who knows like how to make good TikToks and stuff and is making like really funny content throughout the week for us. And then the whole week is then like fueled by that. So hopefully people are like, these guys are funny. I like this show. Then they watch the Saturday show or they watch the VOD. And then the ecosystem just continues to grow and grow and grow. Gone are the days of like the Monday, Thursday show that I do by myself being anything to do with like shorts or any other clips. And some of you OGs that might make sad, but like we want this to be Seth and Drew's show. The Monday, Thursday is more of like a passion project for me personally.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great place to still connect with people, still bring in new faces, talk about, the Saturday feature. And also I don't have time to like pop in on those live streams. This is the main reason why you've been doing them solo. And this is a great opportunity for you and chat to get in on a joke at my expense because I'm not going to know about it and I'll be the only one that won't know. and you guys will. So hopefully that's fun. I don't mind getting pranked, a little bit. Just nothing involving my wiener. Other than that, pranks are all totally fine. Nothing,
Yeah, dude.
nothing that.
What the?
But yeah, inside jokes, man. I'm cool with that. I don't mind being the black sheep, the odd man out. Could make for some great content. Because I'll be like, I don't know what. Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Bulba
Flurple
says,
skirps.
"Hey guys, what's bacon?"
Kevin,
what up? Razu, sorry, I'm just catching up on a little bit of chat, just so
Sure.
we don't leave you guys hanging. Feels like an actual episode of like a kids show episode. Yeah, like we want this. What's up, Metal? Yeah, we want this to be more like Saturday morning. I don't know. Maybe not cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so again, the likening it to to me, it's like a mashup of like the shock jocks on the radio, like those early morning radio shows where they're throwing in current events, they're throwing in some funnies, they're throwing in some just stupid crap, and then there's a visual element. So maybe some skits, maybe some guests or whatever that come through. I mean, I think that'd be really cool, man. Yeah, like again, just some sort of like weird amorphous blob of entertainment, so that we can feel like there's all kinds of opportunities and options, and that you guys are always entertained and nothing gets stale or stagnant. Are you not entertained? Right.
Speaking of segments, what year did the movie Aladdin come out, Drew?
92.
92 is correct. Wow, look at you, dude. That's a really fantastic guess.
that came right out of my butt.
All right, 2002. By the way, while we're doing this, I am in fact ripping Blu-rays and DVDs to my home media server.
That. This is the internet. It lives forever.
Nah, I own these. These are my.
It's for archival and historical purposes.
Correct. Shit. Sorry.
No.
I'm just doing my thing.
Your thing.
I mean, it's just a good time to do it, I think. I say.
Sure.
I got to add folders and things. It's pretty involved, but it's fun. It's all for fun.
Yeah, I mean, it'll pay off in the end for sure. And we've talked about this too. I definitely need to get something like that going. It just sucks, dude. My whole life is just I'm in purgatory, man. I've been in there since forever now, and I want to do all these things. Which, by the way, dude, I don't want to get off on a rant here. If anyone catches that reference, your back also hurts. But like I was thinking about how I want to set up my studio, and if I want it to still be in that same room, because I didn't really think about this. You know what the second floor looks like in my house.
Yes.
So there's like the studio, and then there was the guest room, which you slept in, and it's got that walk-in closet. Why don't I just turn the walk-in closet into a sound booth and just treat that, and then the guest room becomes my studio outside of that for editing and filming and whatever. And there's a lot of natural light that comes in those two windows, and then the back room becomes the guest room. Like, am I an idiot? Like, is this like a revelation? Or I don't know, dude, there's something about that room that I'm like connected to, though. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in that room for so long, and I have connections, but there is kind of a, like there's bad juju in there now.
Yeah,
because it was destroyed. I don't know, dude. I have no idea, because I'm also like, do I take out the closet that's in the studio room and make it bigger, more rectangular?
It's the Phoenix, dude.
Soundproof?
It's rising from the ashes of the literal fire.
I know, dude. What I hate is, like, I just want someone to tell me what to do. Like, I want a professional to come in and go, like, this is what you have to do to maximize your space, so that I'm like, cool. I won't second guess myself.
Is the closet big enough for you to fit in? Now,
dude,
like the way huge. The way it is, like the way.
Well, okay,
just the way it was.
In the studio, yes, but I mean, it's like a 6x3, so there's not a lot. Excuse me, there's not a lot of room for me to move around. It would be like this. It would be very tight. And this is fine. But if I'm going to do character work, I need to be able to be more expressive and move around.
You need to look like Robin Williams in Aladdin.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I took a video of myself for some of my when I was doing my character demo, and dude, there was when I did there's a spoiler alert. There's a clown voice that comes in at one point. I looked like a spaz, dude. I looked insane.
Did you get a picture of your insanity?
I have a video of it, but I'm not 100% sure what exactly I'm going to do with it. I don't want to add the audio to it. What I might end up doing is taking clips and like mashing them up. I don't know. Again, like I did it for posterity's sake. I did it for memory's sake. And then I was also like, I might be able to use this for social media.
What up, Lee?
But I don't know the right application, you know. And I'm not going to spoiler anybody. I'm waiting to hear back, which will take a couple more weeks.
Pause this for a second because I want to make sure that I don't lose this in the chat. Saran says I always took Saturday streams as talk radio / podcast, and there happened to be games happening. Exactly.
Yeah.
Getting stuck was part of
idea.
the charm. Stop looking the stuff up. Okay. Yep. I agree with that. And then there's something else on here that I thought maybe there's a lot of agreements on those statements, which is why I wanted to make sure I read it.
Yeah.
I got news. I'll message you, Seth. BRB. Okay, Lee. Thank you. I hope it's good news. Metal. We did say hello, but I want to say hello again because it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I could say hello to Metal Dad. It's been a while.
It's been a while since we've been streaming, dude.
Since we've been streaming.
We did first week of February, right?
Yeah.
Or was that?
Or
was it the last week of January? It's been 3. We've been off for 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. Yeah, I think I definitely want to talk about aesthetics, which I think is where you were headed. But let's get back on track with the. I got to get out of this webpage. All right, so we started at the intro. The intro is a 2-minute countdown. Chat. If you're just joining us, we are trying to format our Saturday show in the way that it used to be, but better this time. So yeah, so I want to do Drew, I said 5 minutes. Drew said 2 minute. I agree. 2-minute warning, and it's actually going to count down, which is cool. I've seen other this is nothing new. I've seen other streamers do this, but I think it's cool. It sets the precedent. Like, oh, I know exactly when they're going to come in and like start talking. It's literally a 2 minute.
Gives you a chance to grab a drink, get your snacks, come and hang out. Yeah.
I think we should do like a brief show explanation.
Okay. And I mean, here's the thing. I think what we could do is if we wanted to do an intro, or not an intro video, but like opening credits or whatever, it just needs to be quick. Just a couple seconds, dude. Like, I'm Seth and I'm Drew, and this is Nerd Leading the Nerd. That was just too long. I think, honestly, if it's just the Nerd Leading the Nerd bit, and that's it, that's fine. We just take off the first chunk.
Well, that needs to be at the end of the countdown. The countdown ends and it's like Nerd Leading the Nerd. Ah! And then it comes into us. I'll put a note on that.
Totally agree, dude. Just quick in. People get it. Something auditory that people can remember and hear, especially. I can't tell you how many times I like jump into a live stream early. There's a countdown. I walk away and go do something. I'll forget, and then all of a sudden I hear something. I'm like, oh, I got to go back. So, yeah, an auditory trigger. We're trying to trigger our audience, bro.
I was going to say I love triggering people, but I don't, so that would be a lie. You know what I think, too? Like, one thing that you weren't really involved in, so you didn't, like, see the rise and fall, really, but we had the whole, like, chat plays Pokemon thing. And I know I told you about it, of course, but like it was like at first I was like, this is it, dude. Like this is our, like, I don't want to say claim to fame, but I was like, this is how we're going to grow the channel. I was telling Drew, I was like, I think we're just going to become a Pokemon channel because people are going to be doing chat plays Pokemon, and then we'll be playing Pokemon, and it'll just be this cool ecosystem. It'll be really fun. Yeah. YouTube shut that down immediately. We had like a 4-day run, and like, I'm sitting there doing math. I'm like, oh, dude, like we're getting like this many subs a day. Like we're going to like take this thing to the, like, it's just going to snowball because of this game. And YouTube did not appreciate it. But one thing I do think that we could take from that is I think I just don't know if they're going to get enough out of it to do this, but I was going to say, like, if we ever do take breaks or anything, like,
Yeah.
or at the intro is chat plays Pokemon with a countdown. It would have to be longer than 2 minutes, but they can play Pokemon while they're waiting for us to arrive. And honestly, I don't want to get like too like, oh, like let's talk metadata about the blah blah blah. But I do think one thing that if you could get people to play fast enough and start like chatting enough, like with the commands, it would like tickle the algorithm pre-show, and then hopefully like. But then again, would it be painting too much of a Skylar, what's up? I just saw I love you guys so much, so I had to read that. Thank you so much for the love. But yeah, there's something there, I think, with the whole chat plays Pokemon thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a possibility too of, I mean, logistically we would have to work this out, but they could play Pokemon ahead of the stream and then I pick it up and then we go on and continue the game.
Or that is a really good idea, by the way. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had this epiphany. I want feedback from chat on this. What if the entire show, like this is getting crazy. Like this, what if the entire show was just chat plays Pokemon and then we just talked over top of them playing Pokemon? Like what if you guys were playing Pokemon and we weren't even playing a game? Like we weren't playing at all. You guys are playing a game via chat command, and we are just running our Saturday Night Live ripoff over top of you guys playing Pokemon.
I mean, we would just be like sports announcers.
Well, we're not even talking about the. I mean, yeah, of course we would we would be looking at the game a little bit, but then we would also be like telling fart jokes and stuff. Or do we just go full dodgeball? And it's like, oh, Cotton, that was a. I forget like the stupid catchphrases from that, but you know what I'm talking about. Jason.
No. I mean, I think it would be. I think there's a great element there, where there is still gameplay footage going on. It's not us.
We don't have to do anything.
We don't have to do anything except just be entertaining. Like, how awesome would that be? I'm sorry. No. I think that's a good thing to add into the mix, especially when we start getting burnt. You know what I mean? Like, that's a great opportunity for us to just take a little bit of a break, and because I can see things going sideways. You know. Because I think both of us kind of got to the point of like we're just tired. It's a lot going on, you know?
Yeah, that would definitely take a lot of the pressure off of. I mean, we can literally play. By the way, we can play any turn-based RPG. I mean, we could play Earthbound. We could play the early Final Fantasy games. We could play it. We just can't play more modern games that like you would like, for lack of a better word, would utilize a mouse. Yeah, like you can, but they can't turn. Like they can do everything but like turn the camera around. So like we couldn't do anything modern, but like, I don't know, dude, that seems very, I mean, somebody like call me out on this, like, cause I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back or like toot my own horn, but this seems very unique. Like, is that not a unique thing?
Are you not entertained?
Like, is somebody else doing what I just described? By the way, I just trademarked it. So don't try to steal it. Yeah, you know what?
That is a trademark of NLN Creations.
I dare someone to try to steal it because I can tell you how much time I devoted into programming that effing game. It was hours. There's a very large barrier to entry to doing something like that. And the good news is we've already done most of the work. Chat plays Final Fantasy, says Metal Dad. Razu says I am entertained. I am. Ooh. That's kind of a.
This is why we did this, man. This is why we're doing this.
Chat plays Final Fantasy. Which Final Fantasy though, Metal Dad?
1. They start at 1 and go through all the way through 6.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Doing what?
Using your imagination, Peter.
Or multiplayer game days. Have you done anything to play with fans, Mario Kart? I do like that idea as well. And we've also talked about playing co-op games only. Yeah. That was another idea we floated where we're both playing. But again
all possibilities. I think I would love to play multiplayer stuff with other people. I mean, I would be awful at it, and hopefully there's humor in that. But I would love to do that, especially like something like Marvel Rivals or like Smash Bros or
Twitch
Mario
did
Kart,
Twitch
easy
did
stuff.
Twitch did Final Fantasy 8 years ago. But Metal Dad, my question is, I know chat plays has been done, but has anybody ever done chat plays? Like literally the chat is playing while the show hosts, if you want to call them that. First of all, let's be honest. How many people are streaming as a duo? Much less than a single
Yeah.
person. Like that was, listen, like the genesis of this channel was always our friendship. It was always like if you guys don't know the lore, we both have had travel jobs for years and years, met at a travel job, and I mean, if you've never had a job like that, there's a lot of windshield time. There's a lot of driving, and you end up calling and bitching about your job with your coworkers anyway. And it's 10x when you're driving. And so we would just be talking, and then we'd be talking about movies, and we'd be talking about this. And then like fast forward years later, I'm like, hey, we should start a YouTube channel where we just do what we do anyway, which is just talk about stuff. And the problem was nobody. I don't want to say nobody, but like it was hard to tell people what this was, and it's hard for two dudes to start a podcast out of obscurity. Like, so that's why we didn't go the podcast route. But
well, and we didn't really know what we wanted to do. That was the problem, and we are way more comfortable in this setting on camera, on mic, than we were back in 23.
Yeah. Everyone's agreeing on the whole like. I see a lot of 2 to 4 crew setups. Okay. Metal said, I usually don't see a duo. I usually just see one person. But like, again, like this isn't like a vanity session or anything. I'm just saying like, how can we, I've said this to some of you on Discord privately. I've said this to Drew. If we keep doing what we've been doing, which is just like we're showing up and playing games poorly, this is going nowhere. And it's fine if we just like, if it's just a passion project and we just like doing it, which we do, but like, I also want to take it to the moon. And I'm just like, why don't we do something? Like we need to find our thing that we do. That's our thing. That's not somebody else's thing. That's why Let's Plays don't work anymore, because everybody was like, you know what I would love to do? Play video games. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you just get a capture card, and then that's it.
And then there's a very low barrier to entry. Like, I think nowadays you either have to be really, really good at a game. You could have no personality and be awesome at a game. And people are going to watch you because they want to know how to get good at the game that they're also interested in. There are some exceptions. I think you have to play like a unique game. Maybe you carve out your niche with a unique game that's not like Fortnite or one of like the AAAs that people are always streaming. I mean, there's exceptions to this rule, but I'm being very general with this, so I don't mean this is not me being hateful. If anything, I'm hating on myself because we've tried the formula of like we're just going to show up and play games and talk. And like sometimes it's fire. I will say there's been times when it's been like super good, and it's thanks to the chat. It's thanks to you guys. Largely you all feeding us funnies and us just like riffing on it and stuff. But like it's not consistent. And so like we have to come up with a unique show that's consistent. And I think we got enough great feedback about the segment thing. And the best compliment anybody ever gave us was like, this is a podcast designed as a gaming live stream. That is exactly what we want this to be. So
And I mean, I think to me, something that I would like this to become, and I think it's always what I wanted it to be, was like a hybrid between Good Mythical Morning and Game Grumps, because those are my two favorite like YouTube channels. I love those guys, man. Like I swear, dude, if there's an opportunity that I have to meet any of them, whether it's, Dan and Aaron, whether it's Rhett and Link, any of them, I think it'd be great, man. I'd be super jazzed. Like if I ever got to the point where it's like one of them was interviewing me because I was a part of a project, or I know that, Game Grumps has made games in the past, like, dude, I would like crap myself inside out and then have to put myself back together if I could be a voice actor in their game. Like that would be rad, dude. I'd freaking lose my mind. Because I'd be like, you guys are really cool, and I've been watching you guys for like a really long time, and I'm just really excited to be here. Like, and then they'd be like, okay, are you ready? And I'm like, yes, ready to go. It's a professional face on.
I'm just writing down some of these ideas. I said popular retro game, chat plays, Play
Final Fantasy.
games with, yeah, I'm going to do chat plays. We'll do Final Fantasy, Pokemon, etc. Play games with chat. All right, I want to get into segments because all right, so first of all, one of my ideas, and it's a straight Saturday Night Live ripoff, but I was talking the other day on one of my solo streams about, because Shia LaBeouf had a bad weekend where he went raging through Mardi Gras, and he's been sober for a bunch of years, so it made a bunch of headlines. And I was just talking about it because it was in my For You feed all that weekend. And I'm like, Drew, we should do a weekend update. And that's part of not preparing too much. You can't prepare a month in advance on some of this stuff because you want it to be relevant. And another reason why we have to have somebody edit this shit is because some of these clips are going to be time sensitive. If I don't know, the Queen's butt crack hangs out and someone captures it and it's in the tabloids or something, and we want to talk about that.
Is Camilla classified as the Queen? I think it's just the King and then the King's consort.
The consort? Anyway, what is it? Isn't a consort a side chick?
Yeah, sort of yes and no. It depends on the context, but the queen consort, which is you are the queen of the king, but you're just that by marriage, not by royal standards. So if something were to happen to the queen, if something were to happen to the king, the royal crown would not fall to the queen. They would still just be there, but then it would go to the line of heirs. So it's not concubine, which is more on the risque side, but consort is more of just a fancy term for you're banging the king, but you don't have any legal rights. We're just going to give you this crown for show. It's made of plastic, so don't go too crazy. And then if he kicks it, you'll get money and protection and be taken care of, but you're not getting the power. It's going to his kids.
Okay. Well, all right. So yes, I am using OpenAI to give me some of these answers because I don't care if you judge me. Weekend Update is the number one. Saturday Night Live. Then there was the Spartan cheerleaders. There's nothing there. Celebrity Jeopardy is a funny one. I definitely want to bring in some of your voice acting thing, but the one thing that we tried when it was people could use channel points to get you to talk for 5 minutes or whatever, I think it wrecked your voice. But I think if we
it was hard.
I think if we establish some voices that you're comfortable with that aren't like Gollum's out, and maybe we do a segment where you say silly things in certain voices that are predetermined, that could be sort of a Celebrity Jeopardy style. I do Celebrity Jeopardy, some of the more popular Celebrity Jeopardies from over the years.
Yeah, I think there's a good aspect to that. Again, if it's character archetypes that I can easily fit and go in and out of, then it's so much easier. It's just hard when people are hey, I need you to be, Christian Bale Batman, and then I need you to be Gollum, and then I need you to be, some creepy spider creature. It's one after the other after the other. I can do it, but it is, it puts pressure and it is stressful. And, I now have, I'm always learning delightful little hacks and stuff to make sure that I can reset quickly. I'm drinking tea. It just landed on the floor earlier, but I now have a straw for strawfination, which is a very fancy term for just blowing air through a very small pinprick straw to reset your vocal cords. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You ever drink throat coat?
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Oh, you don't like it? I do. I like it.
Yeah.
When I was singing in bands, I was always drinking throat coat. Metal Dad wants to know, Drew, can you do the Iago? EYAGO. I don't know what that means. Can you do the Iago? Gilbert. Iago? Gilbert?
Oh, Iago?
Iago?
Is that what you're trying to say? Does that start with an E or does that start with an I?
I did it exactly as it was spelled.
Or do you know Ahigo? I'm not giving you an Ahigo face. That's gonna have to live on our OnlyFans, which we don't have.
Ooh.
Yet.
All
No
right.
one wants that. No one wants that.
I gotta hide some. I gotta be careful how I display this. Okay, next movie that I'm ripping, Across the Spider-Verse, on Blu-ray.
Not into, but
Across. So I already have into. This is Across. I just want to make. I do appreciate. It's funny. Like they're still doing DVD Blu-ray combos. What is the deal there? Like why the combo?
So that you can give the DVD to your kids and they can wreck it.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, dead serious. The introduction of that started happening when DVD players were popular in vans. So the idea was you could get a movie and have a copy. Yeah, have a copy for your home audio or your home audiovisual system, and then a DVD that you throw in a binder and put that bitch in the van or bus or whatever.
I do think that is a. I really like these movies. These newer Spider-Man. Apparently, it's a mix of like 2D and 3D animation. Like, obviously, there's something going on there, but I didn't realize that was the thing that was going on there, and so I like it.
It's very comic booky.
Dr. Rap here. I can't stress enough the perks of tea and honey. Oh, Saran Wrap, Dr. Saran Wrap. One of the okay.
Well, and a fun fact for you guys. If you are going to use tea to help with that, herbal tea or non-caffeinated tea, because caffeine it is a diuretic and it will dry you out. So you're trying to hydrate and soothe. So the best thing to do is herbal tea, which is I'm currently drinking green tea, and it's nice.
Green tea. Okay.
Nice.
I do
simple.
like
no honey though.
I do like One Gotta Go. I do like the One Gotta Go. It is, but it is highly dependent on chat.
True.
I mean, it can be, but we could make it more about which one would you get rid of versus which one would I get rid of versus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then include chat.
That is a good chat engagement segment. I think we need a mixture of both. We need something that can be something just for the two of us and maybe skit worthy or rant worthy, spiral worthy. I mean, a perfect example of this, it's like some of the episodes that we did previously. A great segment would be if we were talking about a Christmas Story. Like, I hate that movie so much, and I can go on and just like stand firm on my hill of hatred. And you can try to convince me otherwise, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. You can't convince me. Like, Bumpus Hounds, that's the dumbest name in the world. Like, are you kidding me?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that is something that could be some between the two of us. But if there's chat involvement, like even Toxic Trait, like that's another great chat involved deal, because honestly, dude, sometimes my weeks are kind of boring. I don't have a toxic trait that I can pull up for that week. And I feel like too, the more segment options that we have, the better off it's going to be, because then we're not doing the same thing over and over. You know, we have to have a variety of things that we can pull from and go to.
Saran says, I would debate Drew over Christmas Story. You know why, Saran? Because you're in Michigan. I feel like people in Michigan love that movie because it's so like, where was that movie supposed to be? I know like the house is in
Indiana?
Cleveland. Was it Indiana? You're right. It was. It's very, you and I are closer to it, I think, Saran, than Drew. He's on the edge of the Midwest. And,
Yeah. I'm in the odd spot where people don't really consider me anything. They're like, no, you're not the Midwest. You're Southern. I'm like, I'm not. But it's like, well, you're Western. It's like, I'm not. It just depends on where you live versus where I live.
Metal Dad says, I hate Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think that's a reference to like your Toxic Trait or One Gotta Go. And honestly, I couldn't agree more. My buddy let me borrow it, and I do not like it as much as the OG. And I'm not even that nostalgic for Final Fantasy in general, but I've played both. Beat none of them, but I do like my Toxic Trait. And I would argue this though, dude. I think if you really were conscious of it, everybody, in my opinion, I know I'm looking internally here, I definitely show a Toxic Trait at least once a week, multiple times a week. You just gotta
Sure.
be super conscious of it. I mean, it could be anything. It could be like, my toxic trait is that I pick my nose in my car and flick it on the mat, or so, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's always something
know.
that we did toxically that week, and I think that was that could be a very good reoccurring one. But
Yeah.
and I think
But not every week. You know what I mean?
One-
Like I do feel it's
one gotta go is another one though, that like we cannot just wing any of this, which we've both been guilty of. One gotta go is only good if it's really like, because I used to try to use ChatGPT to like prepare some of these segments for me, and it would be like, one gotta go, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, or N64, and it's like, yeah, that's great. That's been debated for forever. Like, and it can be fun, but it's not as good as like if you really put the time into it to like really try to rage bait people.
Yeah, and I also think too that within that, I'm everyone has seen this. This is not a new idea, but we could also, if you have a list of 5, you get to the one that has to go by ranking everything else. And it also could be the situation where it's like, rank these 5 things without knowing what's coming next. And I'm also fine with that, dude. Like, I think that's kind of fun. And because you're trying to justify why, you're putting Margot Robbie ahead of, Jennifer Lawrence or whatever. Like, again, like, there's the balance. Like, dude, what? And like, have you seen this? It's like, yeah. Well, have you seen this? It's like, no. See?
Well,
but yeah, I don't know.
I do want to point out that I'm eating pistachios, no shells, which seems like cheating, dude. Like, it's good, but it's just not. It's not the same.
Too much pistachio, dude. It's too much.
It's this is my. You guys can call me out. I don't know what to call this. I don't know what to call this segment, but I had this segment idea in my head, and like, part of me, the older I get, the less I give an F, and like, I'm starting to get more ornery as things go by. But time goes by, maybe we can't do this. But I told Drew about this. I was watching a movie the other day, and I saw an areola that I hadn't seen prior, and I had seen this movie a million times. And I told Drew about it. I was like, I didn't know that we got literally a point, like not even a 1 second, but it was like a bloop, it's like that scene in Fight Club. Where Tyler Durden
splices in. Yep.
And it was like, and you're like, wait, did I just see that? And then you rewind and you watch it again. But I did see a little nip slip in a movie, and I was like, that's a segment right there. Like, what movie? And we would have to do our research, or better yet, we just notice there's a segment in there somewhere that's like nip slips in movies that don't have like nudity ratings or something like that. Like, I don't know what to call it.
The thing is, like, first of all, we're 2 dudes on the internet. Like, there's a very fine line between this. If we had like a female co-star that was cool with it, then it kind of gives us a little bit more of a pass. So I get it. I think it's maybe more of the like unexpected, cinema nuggets or whatever. So it's not specifically in the area of areola.
I like that idea. Cinema nuggets. That's the name of the segment. Cinema nuggets. Cinnamon. Say it again. I'll never be able to say it either. That'll be the joke.
That's fine. That's great. That is perfect.
Cinnamon.
Welcome to another
cinema nugget.
Cinema nuggets.
Cinema nuggets. Saran says, LOL, yikes. There's a website for this. I think it's called Mr. Skin.
Not a sponsor.
Made famous by what was that from?
Jeez.
Oh, was that Knocked Up, where they think they have like this like $1 million idea? But they're like physically watching the movies and like writing down like the timestamps, and he's like, oh, like the one guy's like, oh, you mean like Mr. Skin? And they're like, wait, what? And they look at it, they stole our idea.
Yeah, ahead of you. Yeah.
So funny, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah, I think you're right. Again, one of those. Judd Apatow, was that a Judd Apatow?
I think it was a Judd Apatow, dude. Back when, man, those were, talk about cinema nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, knocked up. Okay, it was knocked up. Saran redacted. Did he? Saran, you didn't want that comment to live on the internet forever because you didn't want to be wrong, so you redacted it. That's so funny. He said, "Nope." All right, cinema nuggets. I love that. Cinema nuggets. Point out little nuggets from movies to include areolas.
But to include, but not exclusive to.
Love that. I don't even know how to spell areolas. I think I spelled it right actually because it didn't spell check me. That's hilarious. That's a good one. See, look at us. Look at us go. All right. Here's another one that chat suggested. We had a theory. You're already building it. Blah 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 blah. 3-minute absurd theory. Drew reacts. Chat votes 1 to 10 on believability. That's kind of funny. You bring like a you bring like it's like 2 truths and a lie type thing.
Okay.
You bring a theory. Everybody votes on whether it's real or not.
Okay.
Maybe not a theory, but like a fact.
Okay. I mean, the only problem with that is, it's easy to fact check on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, it could be an easy cheat because people are like, no, actually, I just looked this up on Google, and then I'd have to sort of double down and be like, you're still getting your information from Google? Like, I don't even use DuckDuckGo anymore because they've sold out, man. I get my information from the dark web.
Dude, that's my final form is I'm going to be like a dark web like guru or something. That could be taken out of context.
I was gonna say that kind of like spooks me still, man. You know what I mean? Like
I know I don't even know
a whole nother layer of like weird that I don't know if I want.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. To be honest, I mean, I still romanticize the movie Hackers, which by the way is where I saw the rogue areola. Where they for lack of a better word, they jack into like payphones, dude. Like that is so badass, man. Like, and like Dade has that, he like spray paints his laptop freaking camouflage. Like that is so sick, man. Dade, what a weird name. Dade.
Yeah.
Dade. It's interesting.
Dade.
Yeah, Data. His original name was Zero Cool. That was his hacker name, and then it became Acid. No, Acid Burn was Angelina Jolie. What was his? It was I don't know. I'll think of it in a second. Somebody tell me what was Dade's hacker name? Not Zero Cool, his other name. By the way, it kills me in that movie when so he gets in trouble as a kid as Zero Cool. And can't have a computer and stuff till he turns 18. And then of course, fast forward, he's in high school and they moved to New York and like he's meeting new friends and all this stuff. And they're like, yeah, what's your name? He's like, he gives his more modern name. And again, it escapes me, but like, it kills me that he doesn't immediately tell them that he's Zero Cool, dude. Like he has a record and like in the hacker community, he's like a god, but he doesn't tell them immediately. And in hindsight, dude, you could have gotten Angelina Jolie immediately if you had just told her you were Zero Cool, but instead, maybe that is cooler.
It's the chase, man. So sometimes the chase makes it better.
Maybe exactly. Maybe it's even more cool. Maybe instead of Zero Cool, there's a lot of cool by
there's infinite Zero Cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not in I that one's still up in the air though. We had a theory thing. I don't know if I love it. That one still needs to be chewed on. Retro draft battles. This is you and Drew draft 5 picks each. Chat votes on a winner. Best SNES soundtracks, best 90s movie villains. I don't know. I don't know if I love that one either.
Well, I did a similar poll, and so I'll give you one of mine. Saturday Morning Brain Rot is the title of the segment, which I do like that. Mm-hmm. The premise: pull absurd, nostalgic topics and overanalyze them like they're political debates. Examples: was the Green Ranger actually toxic in the beginning, or just misunderstood?
Oh, it's like Zach Morris is trash.
Yeah,
dude.
Which Pokemon would absolutely ruin society? Mm-hmm. And is Mario a union-busting landlord? That one I don't quite get. That one's a bit of a reach for me. But I think what would be better is, does Mario actually smell like shit? Because not only is he crawling around in pipes, he lives in a world surrounded by mushrooms. Like, and are those mushrooms actually penises? We'll find out more when we debate this during Saturday Morning Brain Rot.
I like this. I don't know if I love the name, but I like this. And what this reminds me of, have you seen those things where people will like get together as their friends and they'll do like PowerPoint night, and they'll create a PowerPoint and they'll present to
kind
their,
of like a hear me out.
Yeah, hear me out, like to their friends and family. And that's what this reminds me of. It's like basically, and this would be one of those things where like we didn't prepare each other for it. So it would be like I would be like, A Christmas Story is the best holiday film, and I would pitch. I would go into a flow state about why this movie is so good. And it's like that one time when we used to have the Twilight channel on our Discord, and someone was like, what is like, they said something about Twilight, and I wrote this big, like long write up, and I hope that they didn't take it seriously. I felt like it was tongue in cheek, but it was me like explaining the entire plot of the first movie. And I thought it was hilarious, but it would be kind of the same thing as that.
Okay. Yeah. And again, another one that we shouldn't overuse. To me, I feel like that would be a great, like, once a month kind of a deal, because then it gives us plenty of time to build our case. We go back and forth. We pick our own topic. We go down the rabbit hole, and we try to make sure that like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be that the other person's not on board, but that obviously would make for better content. But yeah,
that's a good one. I like that one a lot. I liked Game Therapy. That also needs to be done well, but I liked that one. Yeah. Did you like that? You did a good job reading Game Therapy.
Yeah, I mean, I liked, because realistically, I would just sort of take some of the initial topics and then extrapolate on them, and it helped give me the opportunity to flex the muscle that is all of the psychology courses that I've taken in the past, because I was trying to understand myself.
Metal Dad says, you dress up in character. I'm definitely down for that being like a thing that we do sometimes. Like, I would love to cosplay. Yeah.
I think that's great for like holiday specials, like holiday episodes or whatever. Like, dude, if I think Halloween's falling on a Saturday this year, if that's the case, bro, we should go all out and do like I know you got kids and there's going to be some complications there, but like we should do like a holiday stream where we are in costume doing stupid stuff all day. Like, I think that would be great.
This is an interesting one. Is it still good? Watch 10 minutes of a 90s cartoon, retro commercial, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, like, commercials and things would be easier to get away with. Then
True.
Answer, did it age well? Would Gen Z care? Was it actually mid?
Okay.
I like that. Is it still good? Does it still slap? Like, we could. I'm just putting these down as initial. Is it still good? I'm going to play with some of the names. Is it still good? Watch a snippet. And a snippet is a good way to put it, because it's not copyright. If we watch like we just have to be careful with how we like display it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. All we do is just make sure that there's an overlay over it. We invert it, put an overlay over it, and then have like just a banner that goes across it, and it says for review purposes only. We'll be fine.
Well, and the reality of it too is like if there is still a gaming aspect to when we're doing something like that, there's no reason to have like the game going and that going, or like in a large way. Right. So it could be very small. As long as the audience can hear it and like get it. Sometimes it would be even like, it might even be better for them not to see it. Cause like, I was just thinking about like we watched like a little bit of the X-Files. It's like, man, dude, Scully was the it girl, bro. And it's like, then they're thinking to themselves like, wait,
really?
Like, really? And then they have to search like, oh, Agent Scully. Yeah, I've got a big crush.
Like I said,
I got a big crush on.
She looks way better now, in my opinion.
Really? Because you like the blonde versus the red?
I do. I do. Yeah. And plus, like the I mean, and here's the thing. I love me a redhead, dude. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's also just like the character was a little more like cold and disconnected. The hair was that shorter kind of weird that girl puffy kind of. I prefer the long curtainy blonde hair like that. Just yeah. And plus, I know she's less cold and distant in some of her more recent roles, and it's more of like this confident, calculating, which is different. It's just a different vibe. And I don't know. Anyway, more badass bitch.
Mulder must have been a tough partner to have. Like he was always like going down some weird rabbit hole, sticking his nose into cases that weren't even his. Like, how did the FBI not fire Mulder so many times? Like, but anyway, we'll leave that
someone. He had photos on someone. You know what I mean? Like he had some dirt.
For sure. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. Again, like this is where we have to get into the whole, like a lot goes into the back end of the show to make a segment like that work, not only comedically and just entertainment wise, but also on the back end of like, we can't be getting YouTube copyright shit happening to us there's a lot of cool things we could be doing, but we can't because of copyrights and like laws and stuff. Like who wants to
I mean, as long as we're doing it under fair use and we're doing review. And I mean, again, like there's a lot of ways to get around it. And honestly, we're not using that stuff to just profit off of the existing itself. We're using it as a content generation. So we should be okay, but there is a bit of a headache that goes along with it because the algorithm or the bot that scrubs doesn't understand what we're doing entirely. So the gray area there.
I did like weird food combos, but we ran out of them fast. We'll explore.
I mean, I think there should be a snack segment that can, because here's the thing, since we're doing this a little later in the day, it's easier for me to actually snack. Like previously when I was waking up at 5 a.m. to get on stream, like dog, my stomach was like still in sleep mode. Like I could barely get liquids in there and I needed to caffeinate. But with it being a little bit later, yeah, man, I could snack. Like I could get down with that. I actually have a bag of something. I don't know what the hell it is. But it's been sitting on the box behind me. I was going to do it like a month ago in stream and it just never came up. It's like these little like chips that look like waffles and there's like a samurai on the bag or whatever. I got it at the Asian market. I don't even know what the flavor is.
Saran said, I liked what are you snacking on? Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I think every week we just have that's a reoccurring one. Like, cause we're always going to be snacking. We're always going to be drinking something. Yeah. It's like, what are you snacking on this week? I'm the culprit when it comes to that. Like, I don't ever have anything cool. It's always like something stupid and like generic and like freaking off brand.
But I mean, you can lean into that though, as the dad. Like that's the thing. Like but I'm dead serious, man. Like, you're rating your kids' lunch boxes for snacks, and I'm out like trying to explore the new world of flavor sensation. And I think there's humor in that as well. Like, you're eating Ritz Bits cheese cracker sandwiches in a little bag that's like half crushed, and I'm out here eating Ultraman Cheetos that are Wagyu steak and wasabi flavored. And it's like, okay, was yours worth it? Like, I don't know, kind of not really. Like, dude, I had the steak and wasabi turtle chips, and I love turtle chips, dude. I had those last weekend. I was disappointed, dude. I didn't even finish the bag. Disappointed. I love their churro ones, dude. If you do not know the churro turtle chips, phenomenal. Go out and buy a bag immediately. The caramel ones are good too.
Was it worth it? Let me work it. Okay, I like it. Give me one of yours. I want to hear the brain of Drew.
Yeah, so I think there was another one that we've kind of dabbled with this before in the past, like kind of like a reboot it or leave it alone kind of situation where like we're looking at childhood franchises. And so it's like, like Ninja Turtles. Like Ninja Turtles has been rebooted a lot. And so you're kind of a little bit more comfortable with a newer Ninja Turtles project. But like Clue, I love that movie. And they're like, oh yeah, we're going to remake it. It's like, please don't.
Yeah, why?
You know what I mean? Like, so I think that, and that can also kind of play in a little bit more to the current events side of things. Because all this stuff starts coming up, dude. Like,
what's another R word? Reboot or
reject? Reboot or remember? Reboot or let's see. What are we?
Ooh, reboot or remember is kind of a good one. Keep going though.
Or reboot or reminisce. I think that has a better ring to it than remember.
Reboot or reminisce. And then there's like a effect that goes on, and then we're just like, Clue movie.
Because I mean, a good example of one that worked, sort of, Dungeons and Dragons. Like, there was a Dungeons and Dragons movie. It was garbage.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the Chris Pine and all them, and it was great, dude. I would love a freaking sequel to that movie. It was so good. I don't know if it's going to happen because, I don't know. Season 5 of Stranger Things didn't land, and apparently Stranger Things is directly tied to the success of Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons.
How did we not think of this? Metal Dad says remember. Reboot or remember? Reboot or reminisce? Reboot or remember? Reboot or reminisce? It's one of those two. I like both of those.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I like that one a lot. There's a lot of things. Like, dude, like they made Twisters was like the sequel to Twister.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Twister is a standalone movie. Just like leave it alone. I like Bill Paxton, R.I.P. Like, we didn't need and I think you said it best when we brought that up like a million years ago. You were like, dude, like back when Twister came out, like tornadoes were like, we didn't know a lot about them. So it was like witchcraft, dude. It was like,
yeah. And I mean, really was, especially, living in Tornado Alley. Like, it was a weird, like the ones that are about like the earthquakes or whatever in California, like that doesn't hit me. I'm just like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's an earthquake. Like, I mean, I do live very near a fault line that could go at any moment. And if that is the case, I will just disappear into the Earth's crust.
That reminds me,
which is horrifying.
Reboot or reminisce, Dante's Peak.
See, that is a will it hold up, or did it hold up? You know
I think it held up, dude.
I see. I haven't seen it in so long though, but let me
Pierce
tell
Brosnan?
you though, dude. I love Pierce Brosnan, but that grandma in the lake, was that Dante's Peak?
That was Dante's Peak, yeah, and she refused to leave.
I can't, dude. I can't. No, well, yeah, and then she's like melting in the lake as she's pushing the boat to save the family. Yeah. I can't watch that crap, dude.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know, dude. That's trauma right there. Childhood trauma,
dude.
Through cinema.
Oh,
cinema
man.
trauma.
She straight up freaking sacrificed herself.
Melted, man. Just gone,
that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I think that movie holds up to this day, and part of it is that I don't think they used a lot. They've used very minimal CGI, and part of the way they got away with that is most of the footage of like the explosion of like the mountain was what was the big volcano out west, Mount St. Helens. It was footage from Mount St. Helens. And so, like, it looked real, dude. I believed it. And then they drove, dude, his 4-wheel drive, whatever, it was a pickup truck, or maybe it was like some sort of SUV, and it had like the snorkel, like exhaust and stuff, dude. Like that, man. All right. We got some chat stuff. Apparently, the Twisters movie was good. Girlfriend's seen it. I mean, I'll have to see it. I was gonna believe y'all at face value, and I do trust your judgment, Metal, but I haven't seen it out of principle, but maybe I should. We're getting into times where there isn't anything original. It's a reboot or a remake. Same with video games. Yep. Hello from South Africa. Hello, Matthew.
Hello from South Africa. I've always wanted to go to South Africa. Had a boss from South Africa. Super nice guy. Would love to see Cape Town.
Whenever you said that, it reminded me of Blood Diamond, but go ahead.
1987 Chevy Suburban is the vehicle from Dante's Peak. It was modified, red,
hell yeah,
had
it was.
the snorkel, and the Pella lights on top.
So
beautiful
sick.
Beautiful looking truck, man.
So sick, and it performed.
It did
under pressure. Can you look up what year Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out?
Sure.
Because I gotta label it properly, and I gotta see what I did. Spider-Man 2023 is in the 2023s, and the 2023 is in the 2023. God, what a time to be alive. 2023. I saw that in theaters. I can't believe it's been that long ago. It's crazy. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we compress the file so as not to have a giant file on my
computer.
Thank you, hard drive. In my computer. All right. Yeah, Dante's Peak. I don't know why that got brought up, but it did.
Yeah,
for reasons.
Well, and again, man, that falls into the category of like, you know, does it hold up? Reboot or remake. That also could be like a childhood trauma revisited as like a part of a therapy session. Like we could have people in chat that are like, yo, I remember in Fern Gully, the bulldozer machine that comes to life with all the black tar spewing out of it. Like that scared the crap out of me. Or in Roger Rabbit, when Christopher Lloyd turned into the cartoon with the big red eyes, like I saw that in my sleep and had nightmares. Like that could be another thing too. Like, you know, childhood traumas revisited or something like that. Like I would love that, dude. I'd love to break that kind of crap down.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's
people like, you know, like a little therapy session. Like let's heal together.
We're do not remake movies perfect. They never do. They never do.
No. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. That.
All right, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna go grab that bag of chips. I swear, I just got to crack into it, dude. I've had it for too long. Just give me a second. I'll be right back.
I like it. All right. It took. If anyone ever wanted to know if you wanted to start a home media server, it does take a long time to rip those. So, like, if you were here earlier, it took like 45 minutes to rip Across the Spider-Verse in full HD. And then it's going to take like another couple of minutes to compress the file and whatnot. Here's one for you. Homeward Bound. Do they remake it? Who are playing the pets?
Oh yeah, see, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I see. That's one I feel like they could. I don't know. Like they would probably try to CGI the animals instead of using real animals, and like that would bum me out. Next up to be ripped onto my my home server here, October Sky. Jake.
Oh wow, dude.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Never seen that, man.
Remake or reminisce? Definitely reminisce. We will never remake this movie. Yeah, those look good. The famous tagline. Ooh. I want to go into space. Such a great movie. Hey, Metal, ask your lady if she's seen October Sky with Jake Gyllenhaal. Such a fantastic film. I just love it so much. And I'm going to make sure this disc is not completely wrecked. It's not, and it's relatively clean.
Okay, millet crisp crust, spicy flavor. All right, dude, these are delicious. These taste like a seasoning packet from like a Bulldog, like the hot spicy ramen. And like...
yeah, Seren, you already know. You already know they're going to use CGI.
This, it's like Chex Mix, dude. It's like a consistency of Chex Mix. It's so good.
Oh, that sounds legit.
This is a game changer, dog. These are delicious. And here, for the folks at home, here we go.
That was underwhelming. I thought it was going to have a bigger crunch, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, it's nice, but yeah.
Patty says, reminisce, Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's a decent. We have chat suggest movies, and
that is good. That is good.
And if we haven't seen it,
or reboot, maybe we come to. It's going to be hard to get us old heads to agree that anything needs to be rebooted, but I think that that's the fun because occasionally. We will agree that something needs to be rebooted, and that probably means it does. And better yet, if we get some young folk in the chat who are like, "You guys are unks. I hope they reboot it," and we're like, "What? You guys are trash. Your generation's doomed." It'll be great.
Yeah, dude. But no, dude, Flight of the Navigator. I haven't seen that in a hot minute.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that?
Oh, dude, you would love it.
Really? Who's in it?
You would love it, bro. Well, it's got Pee Wee Herman, so it's got Paul Rubens in it.
Ooh.
And then it also has the horse face girl, Sarah Jessica Parker. And then I don't the main kid, I don't know, I don't remember who that is or who he grows up into.
Live
But-
action Balto would be beautiful, says Metal Dad. See, I could probably get into that. See, it's different when they live action something.
But real live action, not animated live action.
It's got to be. Was Fred Savage in that movie? Asks Saran.
No, but the kid, he's a Fred Savage type. He's like budget Fred Savage.
Yeah, if they were like, hey, we're looking for a Fred Savage type. Fred Savage.
Yeah.
I love Fred Savage. I've talked about this movie a million times. Don't care. The Wizard. Love that movie. Fantastic. Anyway, what other segments you got? Because I really liked Reboot or Reminisce. I thought that was really good. Some of mine are just like stupid, like they're all stuff that we've done before, and I'm just like,
yeah. I mean, there's also like overthinking game lore. Like we overanalyze stuff that's like really simple. You know, like we really get down a rabbit hole on the why they chose the specific color of Link's tunic for blah 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 whatever, and then it's like you look it up and it's like, oh, it's because they were only working off of software that allowed for blue, green, and red, and those were the only three colors. So we're trying to attribute it to, oh well, you know, color means nature and forest and blah blah blah, and like it's not even that serious. And maybe that's the segment. Like it's not that serious.
it's not that serious. Overthinking game lore. I like that. I also like Conspiracy Corner. That's one that we've done in the past. I like this too, like how I'd structure, and I like this cold opening, which we talked about. Quick one gotta go, and I think the quick one gotta go is in a it's in a vote style, and we'll let that run for like 25, 30 minutes. And it's like we'll keep referencing it back, like, hey, one gotta go, everybody. You see it, vote, and we'll talk about it during that segment. And so we kind of like hint at a segment by doing like a what do you call it? A freaking poll.
Yeah.
And I think that would be cool. What else does it give? Like I like, hang on, let me put that in there. Intro, brief show explanation, start a poll for one gotta go. I really like that idea a lot. I like being here. It's going to be a part of history. I think y'all will go far. Thank you very much, Metal Dad.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Who also said Anthony Lipnicki is budget Fred Savage. I don't know the reference, but Drew does. What was the segment you guys did about pooping? Oh, weird poop habits. I would love to bring that back. I always have a weird poopism.
Yeah, that is definitely more a Seth thing than me, because I'm a very shy pooper. But when I come to the table with a poop story, you know it's going to be epic.
Here's the thing, chat, and I would like some feedback on this. Like, what's the ideal length of a show like this? Because one thing we have learned is it's very hard to go a long time. It's hard to go all night. It's hard to go more than 5
without
seconds.
Without medication.
But 90 to 120 minutes, so an hour and a half to 2 hours, I think is the sweet spot. And I know that might be like kind of a bummer to some who are like, like when you think of it in terms of a traditional live stream that could go like 4 hours plus. But I think with this format, there has to be has to be that fear of loss. There has to be the leave them wanting more kind of a thing. You know what I mean? And it's very time consuming to even, I think we'll be lucky to get 90 minutes. What are we? Rusted says, I used to put a toothpick under my toenail and kick the wall. Now I'm even stronger. So I put a steel nail. Really? Did you get tetanus from the steel nail, Rusted?
Yeah, maybe it's just,
yeah, like
I mean, my butthole pucker.
Saucy. I mean, like, how long should these episodes be? Like I mean, dude, they could even be, I mean, an hour might be too, I feel like an hour is too short. 90 minutes is probably the sweet spot, dude. Like an hour and a half, I think is max. There you go, Metal Dad. I think you're validating what I was thinking anyway. I think even 2 hours is too long because again, in an hour and a half, if the show is good, if it's good, and I think it will be good. That's why, like, I think we got
trying to do.
I think we got enough feedback when we were kind of like playing around with the idea and like teasing and stuff. And then I think we were trying to dial it in, and then Drew's fire happened. I think, I think we got enough to know that like we think that this is really going to be good. And so I think if it is really good, it's very clippable, which is how we grow and get people to come back from week to week. Yeah, I think we only need like 90 minutes max. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like you're planning on going going on more so podcast than stream. I agree. Depends on the convo, says Saucy. Episodes can be an hour to 2, an hour and a half should breeze by if it's good.
We can always go a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
And that is true. I agree, Metal. An hour and a half should be a breeze by if it's good.
Yeah.
Since I live stream and people are actually engaging, there is no limit, says Saucy Breezy. I agree. And I think in a
limit does not exist
in a traditional live stream. I think that is the rule of thumb. Yeah. But yeah, combo, since it is more of a conversation. Yep. Well, you're saying 60 to 90 minutes. Perfect. There's no D in there, says Saran.
There's no D in there. Who's putting their D in there?
Okay. All right. Any other?
Yeah, I'm gonna rapid fire because I got a pretty big list of segment ideas. I'm just gonna rapid fire them.
Wrap it.
And if something jumps out, then just be like, oh, and then I'll stop. Okay. So
Justin Blair says, I think 4 to 7 hours. All right, go ahead.
Okay. We already did Saturday Morning Brain Rat. Okay. Controller confessions. You confess a gaming sin, and chat has to confess one too. It could be a game that you never finished, but you tell people that you do, or that you button mashed your way through a fighting game. The reboot it. We already covered that one. Sleepover stories. Each stream, one of you tells a story from your childhood and reminisces about, nostalgia, waxing poetic, and it could be.
What was the name of that one?
Sleepover stories. All past stories. It could be childhood related. It could be like we could do our early YouTube days. We could also do like bad sales trips or whatever. Like, but just fun little. You're getting in your sleeping bag and you're just like kicking your feet and you're just like that kind of stuff. Sorry, that was a little on the cringe side.
Tell stories, etc. Like that one a lot.
Overthinking the lore. We got that. Lost episode. You pretend that you found a VHS of like a lost episode from your favorite cartoon, and it's just ridiculous. And that could be like is it true or not? You know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, I found this episode of like a lost episode of the Smurfs, and then we just like explain something just absolutely ridiculous. There'd be some prep time involved in this, but I think it'd be kind of fun. Like, is this real? And if it's not, would you want us to make it? And then maybe we pitch that to somebody that can like do animation and stuff, and then we produce that. I don't know. Could be fun.
I like that one.
Barren budget reviews. We're finding the cheap stuff. We're finding like cheap knockoff toys, the dollar store brand things, giving them a test out, see if it's worth it, see if it like, why are we even doing this, contributing to the microplastics of the world? Like, this is awful. Please stop.
What's the name of that segment?
Barren budget reviews. So like we would be like the Baron of the budget reviews, like or the czar of. Or no, let's see, like the chief of cheap shit,
What was the one that we used to do where it was like we picked something from our offices or our creative spaces and we shared it? Inventory management. I think we should call that one show and tell.
Yeah.
Show something. I don't want to buy stuff or review stuff.
No, I think it's stuff that if we are using, like, I mean, it could be food, it could be, whatever. But anyway, that's something to think about.
Go again. Keep going.
Yep. We tried a character calls in. We tried that previously. I think we could try to do that again. But it would be pre-recorded, and then we would we would structure it a little bit differently because then it could be the two of us actually reacting to someone else. And I don't know, could be a little bit more skitty, a little bit more scripted, which I know we're trying to get away from, but it's a thought.
Hang on. What was that one called?
Character call-ins.
Character call-in, skit style, pre-record. You know what I also want to throw on here? Phone a friend. And we got to get
kind of the same thing.
And we got to give the person a
well, we could pre-record that too. And it could be like a real conversation that we are pre-recording so that they don't have to be available during the stream itself. And we're candid about that, where it's like, we had a call with so and so. This is how it went.
It's like in Reading Rainbow, where they would have like segments where it would be like the pre-recorded stuff, and we could like play that. It's almost like when we would take a break. It'd be like, "Hey, this is Phone a Friend." Like, I had a conversation.
That's how radio DJs do it, man. They pre-record all of those stuff, and then they have a chance to edit it down. If someone drops an F-bomb, they can bleep it out. So,
cool. I like that a lot.
And then would you rather, like, we kind of have done that in the past, but we could make it a little bit more specific. Like, we could have would you rather food edition, would you rather gamer edition, and then it's like,
what was that one again?
Like, would you rather? But we have different versions of it. Like, so we have would you rather for food. Like, would you rather eat a peanut butter sandwich with pickles, or would you rather eat a banana sandwich with hot sauce, or something like that? Like, you know what I mean? And then there's like the gamer side of it, where it's like, would you rather only play one franchise forever, or never be able to play your favorite franchise? You know what I mean? Like, so, but it's the same like umbrella, but we can be more specific, which will give it a little bit more variety. So that's something we probably could do each week, but the classification would change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I made a note of that. I like that one. That one's worth exploring.
This kind of goes a little bit with the sleepover stories, but it's like the 2 a.m. monologue where like one of us gets to just talk about something that like keeps us up at night, or that is just like kind of like a weird rant. It could be like specific, like behind the scenes, like of our actual life. It could be like something that really hit the nostalgia bone for us that week. Again, like just something, again, like you get the floor for like 3 minutes, and it's like, oh, Seth, give me your 2 a.m. monologue.
I don't even need 3 minutes.
You know what I mean, though. But like, you have a time limit, and you get to talk through that entire time. But then if you're going too long-winded, we cut you off, so we can put like a time limit on it or whatever.
Next, what's the next one?
Fix this game, or fix the game, where we take popular titles and then we try to find out different matrices that we can fix. Example, sort of, in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, if you're playing it with the newer controllers, it sucks because there's no C-pad for you to actually activate stuff. So that's a huge pain in the ass. Obviously, that's a newer mechanic, but something like that, where you're like, this game would be peak if the inventory system didn't suck. Resident Evil would be the best gaming franchise, period, but you have a limited inventory and you have to keep all your crap in a suitcase, and that doesn't make any goddamn sense, because if you're running around a city chased by zombies, why are you carrying a briefcase? Get a backpack, bitch. Put all your stuff in the backpack.
Yeah, the briefcase thing is weird. I put that in as fix the game or movie. It could go either way.
Yeah. Hot take court. One of you presents a hot take, the other one has to cross-examine it. We kind of talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speed pitch. We have 60 seconds to either pitch a new game, a new cartoon, a new movie, concepts, anything. Like we could actually shorten this and have it be like elevator pitch. Like, sell me on something. You know what I mean?
Elevator pitch. I like that.
Sell me on why I should try Fortnite. You know what I mean? Like, but it's quick. You only have 30 seconds, and then chat kind of gets to decide, like, was that a good enough argument? And it's like a pump it or dump it. Like, oh, sorry, dude, you didn't make it. Yeah, I like pump it or dump it too. That's a very common DJ thing.
Pump it or dump it.
Mm-hmm. This is another one that I think would be kind of fun. What would 12-year-old me think? So like cell phones now, like, you know, when I was 12 years old, like there were cell phones, but they were like giant satellite phones. like, what would 12-year-old me think if I went back in time and was like, yo, here's my iPhone. Like, how much mind-blowing would that be to experience that? Or, hey, you love Power Rangers. Did you know that there's so much more and like it's still going? And or even like Ninja Turtles, like, hey, do you realize that like this is going to be a franchise that's going to continue on? Or see, what was one of my favorite things as like a kid? I mean, it is sad that like twerps don't exist anymore. Those were like the Twizzlers, little bite-sized things that were like fruity and tropical, and they had little stuff inside of them. So good. I think you can kind of get like a facsimile of it from like a candy warehouse, but anyway, I digress.
I've got one.
Like PB Crisps, whatever. Yeah.
Was it good? Was it good, or were we just 10?
That's good. I like. Yeah. That I like that. That works.
Was it good, or was I just 10 years old?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's
I really like the what would 12-year-old me think. That one was really funny. Beat it or delete it.
Ooh.
Play a retro
like
game. Play a retro game for 10 minutes. Continue series. Never touch again. Chat votes. That was actually funny.
I do like that. I mean, I think that to me that would be a great one for you because beating it would be a challenge. And also it's like,
well, no, I think that beat it like tie-in is like, would you go on to beat it or do you just delete it because you hate it? Like, but you only get 10 minutes to decide.
Well, I know we play it for 10 minutes, and if the decision's not on our hands, like chat either gets to reward us or torture us in that regard.
Here's a good one: core memory trigger. We play like old game menu music, like Windows XP startup sound, like old stuff to like try to get our like core play sounds for the other to trigger memory. And that's honestly probably just me trying to trigger your memory. Or I like that one.
It helps us align what references we have. Because like for you, the bottle clinking warriors come out to play, like that resonates so much more with you than it does with me.
I like this one's kind of, if we ran Nintendo, you get 3 decisions, 1 risky move, 1 fan service move. That one's kind of cool.
Fan service move. I would stop charging for stupid crap, and I would let you own your own video game.
Dun 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 dun.
Try everything.
Physical media appreciation minute. You hold up a game case, a manual, old disc art, quick appreciation. I do like that one. Physical media appreciation minute.
Here's another thing that we should do.
Appreciation minute.
After we have this list compiled, we should throw it in the Discord. I know that our Discord is not as active as it once was. And I think there's multiple reasons for that. But, we throw it in the Discord. We let people kind of, maybe vote or veto. Again, they can add to just in case we missed something. Gives people an incentive to and the OGs are the ones that are in the Discord anyway. So
if you guys are new to this, our Discord link is in our bio. All right, I'm just going to rattle these off. And then actually, before we do that, because that's kind of like in closing, I want to say the end of the show for me, I really want to do, like, how at the end of Saturday Night Live, I keep using that as like a reference, but I think, yeah, exactly. Like I want like a saxophone driven song, like, and like on the back end, like we'll build it into where it mutes our microphones for everybody else. You and I keep talking, the audience can't hear us, and then we have like credits that roll. And then this comes back to the fans, the OGs, like all the real ones. Yeah. I want to list off like everybody's name who's a member like in our YouTube membership program. So like at the end of every episode, your name like scrolls through like special thanks, blah, 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 blah. And we give like some pseudo credits, and it's just us like talking over that.
Well, and I also think that we could like tie it in a little more to that media space where there's like an executive producer level membership or whatever, and like that is your title, your support, like in the credits come by, it's like executive producer, and then it's like Razu or whatever, like they're all like in that line of so because I do feel like there's a difference between people that are just like, yeah, I'm just here, I'm an OG, special thanks to, like, just gives it a little bit of variety and makes it seem more like credits, you know what I mean?
Justin Blair says, I like that one. Good. I like that validation. Thank you. Very, very much. I don't think you were here earlier, Justin. We are actually playing around with the idea. I'm leaning heavily towards this. I want to chew on it for obviously a few days, but like, what if the show is chat plays? Like, we don't even play the game. Like, the chat is playing the game while we're doing our variety show, if you want to call it that. And like, that's kind of like one of our shticks. Like, you guys are playing the game and we are just riffing on your gameplay / doing these segments to like add like little funny takes. And
it would also be a little funny too if we were also in there doing some of the chat play stuff and like
messing with them,
influencing things. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah.
Wait, which way you guys want to go? Right? Okay, and just hold down the key so like it doesn't take as long. Yeah, that's legit. Yeah, I put down exit monologue because I think we should try to have more of like a like, I think you could like have like a wrap up, because we're going to know what segments we're going to run. And like, I think there's a way to say kind of what happened and do like some special thanks and stuff. And then it's like, okay, guys, like, we'll see you next Saturday from all of us here at Nerdleading the Nerd. Come back soon, and because we'll be waiting. And then that's when all this, I love that. We got to find like a copyright free version of like a
easily done, dude.
Saxophone exit song. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not putting one thing I'm not doing.
Pudding
what? Yeah, good. What did you learn? Kind of a thing. Exactly, Saran. One thing I'm not going to do. I thought this was really fun today. I'm actually going to post the show notes here, the show planning in the Discord. I'm just going to like screenshot it or whatever.
Are you saying that because that was an idea that you just came up with?
No, I was just about to give you credit for it. But we're going to post that in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, awesome. Let's get some back and forth going about it. And then if you're not in the Discord, you can find that link in our bio on YouTube. And you can join, and we would love to have you. Let's let's let
that be more of a collaborative space. I think one of the problems with the Discord, and I know that it's uncertain times at this point, because if they go into like the hardcore, you have to justify yourself and give them your ID, I'm out. I'm done. So I've been kind of distancing myself a little bit from Discord at the moment. But I know a lot of people get really excited about like being in there and doing a lot of sharing. And I sometimes it just gets to be so much. One of the reasons I haven't been spending too much time in the Discord is because I feel like when I do have the free time to pop in, there's so much that I have to catch up on, that I'm catching up on stuff and I don't have time to contribute. So I think that, and you can stop me if you disagree, Seth, but I think it's just a nice little place to be, just to have fun, kind of be collaborative, and just chill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to get at this point, but it's just kind of I think hopefully the Discord will be super active when we are live streaming, so that can be another like input of things. We can use that. I mean, maybe that is where we do the primary chat. Like we're pulling from the Discord as opposed to pulling from the YouTube chat, or both. But YouTube chat is the lower priority. Again, these are just ideas. These can be vetoed, but it would drive more people in there, and hopefully it would be more of an organic situation than just, memes and fart jokes, there's nothing wrong with memes and fart jokes. I love me some memes and fart jokes, but I want there to be more of a community, I guess, more active, more people that are active together and collaborating, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think I don't bother trying to catch up. I agree with that, Saran. I don't bother to catch up. I just pop in and I like chat plays, but I think it would be fun to do an arena type show, have viewers and yourself play a best of 3 or 5 PvP of random games on a game wheel. That's an interesting idea, Justin.
I like it. I like the game wheel aspect. I do. And people can pay to add games to it if they wanted to. But for the most part, we would just keep we get to pick the ones that we want. I mean, and again, I hate saying this, guys. I hate, the financial aspect of content creation in the channel. I just want to be very clear about that. I hate it. But it costs money for us to do this. And there's subscriptions and all kinds of crap. And plus, if we're trying to hire somebody to help us on the editing side so that we can be more real with all of you, that takes money. And, at the moment, Seth is still out of a job and I'm trying to invest in my voiceover career. So the extra fundage between the two of us is non-existent.
That is our biggest hurdle. If we're talking shop, my dream is to not have to edit anything.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not good at it, dude. Honestly, that's part of it. It's not laziness. It's not a lack of desire. It's like, I spend too much time editing those shorts and we don't get enough out of it. And it's not it's not something that I'm super passionate about. And I don't have the brain rot. And I mean that with all the love in the world for people who are really good at that. There are people who are very, very good at pacing those short form videos and getting people to watch the whole thing and watch it twice and 3 times and 4 times. And then once they watch it the 4th time, they're like, hey, I actually want to watch this person's live stream next time because this was really funny. Do you guys think Queso freaking edit even in the beginning? I know he doesn't now, but he didn't edit those videos in the beginning. He just had some Riz, and then other people went in and they edited it for them, and they do a good job of I would argue, for me personally, not hating on Queso, I like Queso's clips more than I like his actual live stream, because they do a good job of only taking the funniest parts and they paste them, and it's something that I would like to capture on that sauce on this show. This is totally off subject. Wicked is going on the I like it. I feel like I'm defying gravity by ripping this disc onto my home server. That's all we've got for today, folks. I want to leave you guys on that. If you want to, if you feel so inclined, we do have a membership program. You just hit join. It's $1. It's the Safe Scum Squad. You guys get some cool little perks and things, and it does help support the channel reoccurring. But the best thing you can do is subscribe and help us grow this thing. We promise to give you guys, promise to give you guys great content. Saturdays are going to be, so to wrap up, Saturdays is the big extravaganza. That's where we're farming for shorts and things like that, and to give you guys, to entertain you we are gladiators in the arena. And then Mondays and Thursdays, more of a chill sesh. It's more of a passion project for me because it forces me to play games that I otherwise will not dedicate myself to, like Soul Silver. I really enjoyed playing that game. We're still playing that game because now we're in Kanto. But I'm probably not going to sit around and grind that game by myself, in my personal life. I just don't have the time to dedicate it to it. Hang on.
Same. Well, and there's a part of that too where I'm totally down to just watch, chat play, but the stream will be my excuse to play video games. So I don't want to completely separate myself from that element, but it is a great option for keeping things fresh and keeping things in the rotation.
Justin, that's can you Opus Clip for shorts editing? That's a very good question. We've used Opus Clip. I wasn't very impressed with it. We used a program called Vizard for the longest time. It actually did the best job of taking the full videos and cutting them into what it thought was the best parts. But in order to get the pacing right and to really make it worth it, you still had to edit those clips. All Opus Clip and Vizard and all those other things do, in my opinion, is is scrub your footage so you don't have to rewatch a 2-hour live stream and find the best moments, and just give you those to then edit further. Now what we do is I have a clip button on my Stream Deck, and then we have the explanation points clip command for you guys to help clip. Which has been like a godsend, because honestly, those clips are much higher quality than AI has given us in the past. So we canceled our subscription for that. And honestly, I would rather pay a human who's really good at it to go in there and do it. But like, we're at a crossroads, folks. Like, we're getting ready to like really go after this thing with the Saturday show. And part of really going after this thing is to get is to get an editor and like
get out of our own way, take stuff off of our plate, so that when we are ready to rock and roll, we don't have anything else hanging over our heads. You know what I mean? Because you guys can easily go back and see when each of us is overloaded with one thing or another, because the performance suffers, and that's not doing the best for you guys. That's not providing you the best entertainment. Especially when I get overwhelmed, I mean, y'all just, all you got to do is go back to the Majora's Mask ones. Like, you'll see my soul start to die. It's fine. It was, I tried to lean into it from a comedic perspective, but then it got too real. So.
Yeah. And I obviously didn't even really enjoy. I mean, I tried to enjoy. I know some people love that game. I mean, it just infuriates me.
I like it. I like it. I would love to play that game in a live stream setting, but it is long. It would take us a while to get through. Clips
are off today, Metal Dad. But yeah, that is the normal command. All right, we're
spiraling.
We're rambling. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. What I was going to say earlier in closing is I don't know when this change is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. But I don't know if it'll be next Saturday or the following Saturday or even the following Saturday. So, because I want to, outside of Drew playing the games in his new studio, whenever that happens, I want to give you guys day one the best possible show that we can give you right this second with like a couple of constraints. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go watch the Wicked movie. I'm just kidding. But for all of us here at Nerd Leading the Nerd, come back soon.
Because we'll be waiting.